me something from Andrew Tate, and I looked at it, and all I saw was a bald-headed Neanderthal going, "Hey, I'm big tough guy. I got lots of money. I got Bugatti. I got big.
It's actually a pretty solid impression, if you ask me.
Big muscle. I got a lot of women. I have baby lots of women. I tough guy."
He's got the accent down. That is wow. That is wow. I don't even know if he's trying to do that.
Oh, big tough ooga booga. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I whoop you. I beat you out of that catch a charge.
It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better.
And I'm like, what is this Oompa Loompa doing on the internet? But
lost me at Oompa Loompa. I thought, you know, you were so close. You were so close, and then you dove into Oompa Loompa. I don't know where did you get why? How does that relate to anything that we're saying here? Like anyway, so looks like Andrew Tate has been doing studies in my state of Florida here, and well, he's under investigation again. So for stuff I'm pretty sure he admitted to. I don't know if we're gonna. I mean, we might get into that. I don't know. But I found this guy. I think his name is Spencer Smith. He is hilarious. He's like obsessed with the occult. He hates women. That's like a main. That's like his main battle. That's why I was kind of surprised when he was like, "I don't like Andrew Tate." It was like, you kind of like him a little bit though, don't you? Don't you? You like some of the stuff he says, don't you? But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna get into this. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So like I said, Spencer Smith.
But apparently
he's this dude that he's a pastor from some like Bible Belt place or something. And man, he is funny. I mean, not in the way I think he intends to. He tries to be funny, but I think we could all see it there. But he's like, he's obsessed with like Gnosticism. He says that the religion of, I guess, the world or whatever is Gnosticism, and he which is, you know, I guess it's like an opposite reading of the Bible. Anyway, he attaches it to everything, and you know, it's all Lilith and all that type of stuff. It's really funny. He releases these documentaries where he's just finding connections. It's just like apophenia, just like gone completely mad, and it's hilarious. So let's see what he's got to say.
Andrew Tate is a very stupid, very evil, very twisted human. Fight me.
I guess that was going to doctrine matters. It's okay. Yeah, it's like, come and get me, Andrew. Come to my house. I said it. What are you going to do? Yeah, come get some. You would get knocked out. I would actually love it if he just like showed up in the frame and then punched him and walked away. He's like, how did he even get in? Honey, did you let that man in my house? What? How did this happen?
Oh my goodness. I can't believe I'm doing a video on this doofus, but here we are. Okay. Smite that like button or the lizard people will get you. And
yeah, that's original. That's at least that's original. So smite thine like button. Otherwise the lizard people will get you. He knows his audience. That's for sure.
I don't care, but oh goodness. And
you don't care if the lizard people got you?
Andrew Tate took the internet by storm a couple years ago, and he is a very big deal, banned from a lot of platforms, and you know, it says some stuff that I agree with, but he's so over the top and so ridiculous about several things.
He's a trafficker. He's gotten in trouble for sex trafficking, just so you know. That's
things that the man is a totally depraved human. He needs Jesus in the worst way.
You had me at the depraved thing. You lost me at the Jesus.
He thinks he's some Islamic emperor having babies and building a kingdom and taking on my, and I'm like, no, you're not. And so a couple years,
I'd never heard that description of him before. Does Andrew Tate think he's a Muslim emperor? Yeah, I've not heard that one yet. That's okay. I don't really pay attention to him very closely, though, so I'm going to be totally honest about that.
Somebody sent me something from Andrew Tate, and I looked at it, and all I saw was a bald-headed Neanderthal going, hey, I'm big tough guy. I got lots of money. I got Bugatti. I got big muscle. I got a lot of women.
This goes on way too long, man. Like it just, I mean, good impression, like I said, but wow, it's, you know, it drags after a minute there.
Oh, have baby lots of women. I tough guy. Oh, big tough ooga booga.
He's going like halfway between like I don't even know, like his actual accent, and then goes into caveman.
oh, I'm a tough guy. I whoop you. I beat you out of that catch a charge. And I'm like, what is this oompa?
That last one was, I caught a charge. He does say that. That is, at first I was like, what is that? He's meant to say like cottage, like cottage cheese or something. What? No, it's I caught a charge, because he says that. I was very confused until I watched another clip. Oh, that's what he was saying. Got it. Okay.
Loompa doing on the internet, but apparently a lot of young men are falling for him and getting into his nonsense.
The funny thing about Spencer Smith, this guy, is that he seems like he's that ultra conservative pastor from like Alabama. I can't tell where his accent's at exactly, somewhere in the Bible Belt, whatever. And then he's somebody that just discovered the internet, right? And like watched a couple Tim Pool episodes or something, was like, I can do this. This is awesome. I want to be. And then it's just him discovering things on the internet and then talking about it. And it's hilarious. It really is funny.
And I think, you know, I think what he is a real strong personality, overbearing, super dominant, hyper masculine thing going.
It's so weird that he's hyper masculine, but like very small. Like he's not. If I were to think, you know, okay, so for example, there's like these I like some of the practices of stoicism and stuff, and they always show on the cover of these freaking things, the thumbnails, and it's like some dude that's like jacked, and he's, you know, he's very stoic or whatever, doing the thing, man, you know, and just jacked to all get out, you know, necks the size of big necks. I don't know what the size. I was trying to think of something that could be sorry. Anyway, and he is not that. He is like the opposite. Like that. This is the guy that would be like off to the side, being like, man, I wish I could be like that guy. At least maybe I can talk like him. I can talk like I'm tough and stuff, since I clearly don't look like I am. But it's just weird. It's weird that this is the face. And you see how he has to like grow his chin hair out, because he's got no chin. It's all neck. It just goes straight in there, and it looks wild. Like if you see it from the side, it's wild. I think he even is trying to adjust the way he holds his head to be like that, and like, you know, because he's like, God, I got to get the chin thing going. But yeah, the beard helps, I guess, if you do something. Anyway, but just does not look masculine is my point.
And I think the reason that he even exists as a personality with some sort of influence is the fact that there is a gap in culture of masculinity. I think that there's the divine feminine, yes, and I think that Andrew Tate is the divine masculine.
Okay, so I'm sorry, got to clear this up. He always talks about the divine feminine because that is the spirit of the Gnostic. I don't know, whatever. It's some like he's terrified of the occult. And he says divine feminine. It's like anytime that women do anything, really, he's like, that's the spirit of the divine feminine, and it's the evil. It's the evil women controlling the world or whatever. It's really silly. But so now I guess, but I didn't realize there was a divine masculine too. And that's this. But divine feminine is bad. He doesn't think feminineness is divine. I know it could be confusing. It's bad. That's some kind of demonic occult thing, whatever. It's funny.
I think that is a there's an esoteric angle to this, so we'll probably talk about that in the future. But he talks about how much money he makes, how many women he gets pregnant, and how many babies he has. Who knows how many kids this guy has? This guy's probably got 50 kids or something like that. That
Why are
was
they screaming? Oh my God. Hold on. What?
how much money he makes, how many women he gets pregnant, and how many babies he has. Who knows how many kids this guy has? This guy's probably got 50 kids.
Look at that. What is happening? What is happening? Is he like singing? He's singing the Bodyguard song. And like, what is going on?
Or something like that. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But in his latest appearance, he went on the Patrick Bet David podcast, and he starts attacking Christian pastors.
Too far. Okay. Like, the funny thing was, I guarantee, like, everything this dude said, this guy, this woman hater weirdo, loved it. He loved it until he got to the Christian pastor part. Like, all right, that's it. I got to make a video about this guy. I can't believe it, man. I was so on board with everything he was saying. And then all of a sudden, he starts, dogging on Christian pastor. Whatever. Hate him.
And I am really surprised at some of the things he said here. But let me put this up here so that Patrick Bet David.
Why is anybody surprised at anything this guy says? He's just an outrage machine. Like, it's just like, I'm trying to think of a good example of just somebody that just says stuff that is infuriating, or just wants to be the douchiest person in the room and thinks that's cool, and like says stuff that you're just like, most people will be like, oh, people shouldn't say that because that's the douchiest thing anybody could possibly say. And he's like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Yeah.
Doesn't come at me, bro. And so we're going to let him talk and just.
That was half the reason why I picked this video, because I didn't want PBD has gotten, like, I swear it's like it knocks you, gets you that copyright like every time.
Let you see what he says here, but just remember, this is a stupid man. This is a dumb human, and I
just remember he's stupid. He's a stupid man.
I'm blown away. Listen to what he says about comparing himself to the average preacher today. And notice what he says about having kids and having influence. Just listen to this.
Okay. How's everybody doing? Feeling okay? Y'all getting your rest? You drinking your water? Right? You got to drink water. Our bodies are made up of 99.9999999% of water. What? Oh, it's not? Oh, well, we got a lot of water. There's a lot of water in there. I don't know, but you got to drink water. Okay. Don't drink that soda stuff. All right. That does the opposite of water. And I know it looks like liquid that would satisfy the same kind of urge that water does. It doesn't, right? It does the opposite. It dries you out. I think it's the bubbles, right? The bubbles, they spread when they go in. No, you're shaking your head. No, it's not the bubbles. Okay. Well, something in that stuff it's not good. It dries you out. Anyway, y'all drinking water? Anyway, who won today? Math Big, what? Oh, you're streaking. Well, it's too late. I wasn't even in here when you're streaking. You're running around naked in my house. Come on, man. My old lady's not going to like that. How am I going to explain that to her? Yeah, sorry. He's streaking early. It's early. He's just getting it out of the way, I guess. Sorry, honey. Yep. Just get ready for a naked Irishman with the beer running through here sometimes. I don't know. Apparently we're never going to know when he's going to do it. Okay. Doesn't even wait for the damn streams anymore. Who was second? James. What's up, dude? Let's see. Oh, Matt Big can't be third. Wait. But you got Michael all confused. It's like fourth? I don't know where I'm at in the running. Too many people have talked before the stream started. No, yeah, you're third, buddy. No, you still made the running. You're good. It's all good. It's just Math Pig's on there twice. That's all. So, no, you're. So he got himself. There you go. Okay. No, you got it. It's all right. I see where the confusion came in. Ember's here. Hey, what's up? Fundie. Oh gosh. That does have some negative. I didn't catch that. Is that how I spelled it? Oh no, you just did that. Okay. No, I capitalized the whole word. God damn it. That's funny. All right. No, but yeah, that's Is that what happens? They kill all the good time. They do. Oh, no, that's where fun goes to die. That's what you were saying. I should have read the whole thing before I started commenting. I get halfway through, my ADHD's like, yeah, I got it. I already know where everybody's going with it. I didn't. I did not know. But that's right. No, you're absolutely right. Fundie is where fun goes to die. That's actually pretty good. Steven, what's up, dude? Hanging in there. What's up? Okay, who else we got? We got Lord Dissonant. All right. As a Neanderthal or Neanderthal, I'm heard. I keep getting corrected on that. I apologize to the mispronunciation there. As a Neanderthal, I am personally offended. Well, I apologize. Okay. It wasn't me. It's this other channel, right? I didn't, I just react here. Okay. I'm just hanging out with y'all, right? Watching this stuff. Okay. It's not mine, it's not my fault. John's here. Or wait, I say Lord Dissonant? Yeah, Lord Dissonant's here. What's up, dude? John said, hey, comrades, confidence covers over incompetence. Right up until you start talking. Not you, Bradley, but a generic. Are you me confident? Are you kidding? I can barely say half a sentence and be like, I don't think that's right. I'll just let everybody know what's in my brain, all the mess ups that's happening in there. Like, damn, everything is wrong. John, again, well, I already did. Hold on. And skeptically pissed. What's up, dude? So being masculine isn't Andrew. Tate. Responsibility, patience, understanding, the protection of the weak, female or male, and the ability to provide for his family are just a few I can think of. Yeah, I think I'd agree with that for the most part. It's weird when we talk about masculinity because so much of it feels like an act. You know what I mean? Like it feels like it's a bunch of it's very conservative in the sense that it's like a lot of supposed-tos. It's like, well, if you're a man, you're supposed to do this, and if you're a man, you're supposed to do that. That's John Wayne. Because he's apparently he was super masculine or something back then. That was old school masculinity though, so it's different these days, I think. But yeah, so I don't know. It feels like a lot of just to me. Like good masculinity or positive masculinity, it's just being yourself and being confident in yourself, right? And just acknowledging, your strengths and your weaknesses and everything in between. That just being straight with yourself, I think is a good thing. I think that's very masculine. But what do I know? And beards, probably, right? Beards. I don't know, but good, not like this little whatever the hell this stuff is. This Jack Sparrow thing I got. No, like full, actual beards. Anyway, Alex, what's up, dude? Yeah, and that's you've caught on quick. That's how we're gonna be talking. Most of the time around here is going to be, a lot of letters are going to be coming through because I'm not swearing anymore on the public one. So if you want the swearing uncensored show, become a member. That's what we do, one of those once a week. And so that way you get all the swearing and all just the regular jokes that I used to do that I'm not doing anymore so that I can, and it's already seeming to work a little bit. So it's weird. I didn't realize it mattered that much anyway, but geez always. But yeah, Alex, it's here. What's up, dude? Lyric is also here. You were early. Usually we've already begun once you've arrived. So, but you have, and I'm here for your arrival. Yeah. So that was all coherent. Maya, what's up, Maya? How you doing? Amber search party reporting for duty. Wow, y'all have search parties going on and everything. There's so much stuff going on in the lore of the atheist community. It's crazy. There's so much going on. Spooky, what's up? Oh yeah. And where we go? Oh, and that's it. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Y'all ready?
All of those elements that they don't like are the reason I am the force I am. If I had a perfect, easy little life, I mean, I've had it all the time from these conservatives. They're a pastor and they live in Nebraska and they married their first love and they have a white picket fence and they go to church every Sunday. Great.
He's very triggered right now. You can see it. He's like, okay, I live in Nebraska and I have a white picket fence and I'm a pastor. What are you going to say about me, man?
Good for you. Guess what? Most men in the world don't care what you say because there's no light without dark. And I have enough dark to bring the light.
What does that even mean? There's no light without dark. And I bring the light because I bring the dark.
Obviously, people want to listen to Darth Vader more than they want to listen to the other one, the guy with the white beard, the one that had his show, Kenobi. Yeah, because that guy's boring, you know. And so, which I think is a pretty valid point. Darth Vader is just a better person to listen to. I have no idea what's happening. I don't
like that's the occult talking. That and not only is that's just a stupid.
There you yeah, no. That's the occult talking. What does occult mean again? Like I feel like that. What? How could that? Okay, I don't even know what the hell he's trying to say by that. But
stupid thing to say. That's the occult talking. That's what this man is.
The occult. The man is the. What does occult mean? Hold on, I gotta look up occult. I'm like, wait, I thought I knew what that word meant, and now I feel like I don't. Hold on, occult meaning or definition. There we go. Supernatural, mystical, or magical beliefs, practices, or phenomena. So that was magical. That was a magical thing. It's like that was the magic talking right there. You see that? That's those vibrations coming out of his face. Demons, right? That's probably more what he's saying. Actually, it's probably he's being driven by demons. Like, okay, geez Louise. Anyway, here we go.
So you have to stop seeing me as your enemy because I don't live the same life you do. That's the reason I have the impact I have. I'm not going to apologize for being me. This once again comes down to jealousy. The pastor in Nebraska is jealous of me because I will always have more kids than him because I can bake more bread because I have more ovens. You can be mad.
What the what? That was it. That they're hold on. So they're jealous of you, the Christian pastor. This is such a weird slap fight. That's just like it's a bad guy slap fight. That is quite funny. So now he's attacking the pastors, saying, "You're just jealous of me, bro. Okay, because of I got more buns in the oven." And is that really something? First of all, is that something that like Christian pastors like aspire to? They're like, "I wish I could have all the children on the planet." Like, what is that? Is that a thing? Anyway, and so I guess he thinks they value that. And so, but he's got more ovens to put the buns in. Okay, so. Because of what multiple wives, because of Islam, I guess. I don't know if I know.
You can hate me for it. You can say I'm the bad guy. But my children are paid for. They're safe. Their women are paid for. Nobody's unhappy. Everybody's happy. That's the scenario.
I highly doubt that all the women are happy in your life. You just, you've been arrested for sex trafficking, right? Like that's it.
That we're all in. It's my life decision. It's their life decision, and it's nothing to do with you. That's the bottom line of it. But they're jealous. I have more influence than them. If any of these little pastors.
What kind of middle school? You're just jealous. You're just jealous.
Okay, that was a fake laugh, dude. Don't fake laugh, man. Come on. It's just
okay. I'm letting him talk.
Or any of these little conservative.
This guy cracks me up. I don't know. He does that fake laugh a lot. Well, I got something stuck in my throat. Actually, I might be coming down with a cold. Holy wow! It did not work for what I was trying to do.
Had any actual influence over the needle or over society, they'd be in jail, or they would have caught a case. They didn't. Everyone. Trump caught a case because he mattered. I caught a case because I mattered.
Caught a case. What the hell? What is his accent again? Where is he from? What the fuck?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so and the only reason we're talking about him in this video is because he's attacking American pastors. Now, the whole idea of,
and it's good for the algorithm, right? Right. Because he's kind of trending today, right?
Well, some pastor in Nebraska, I've got more kids than you do, so you're just jealous, and I've got more influence than you, and you're just jealous, and you've never been sued, so therefore you don't matter.
He's like, yeah, but do you have macho man Crocs? Yeah, didn't think so. Talk about with a pink bandana too. Just to extra macho up the macho, okay? Only the machoest of macho men wear pink. I actually do agree with that.
That is the most egotistical, completely Neanderthal, knuckle-dragging, low IQ.
Neanderthal, tall. I know. If I got to be corrected on this, so do you. All right.
Mouth-breathing, room temperature, IQ. Worldview I have heard in a very long time.
Is there something wrong with breathing through your mouth? Why do I keep hearing this? Okay. I have bad allergies. It's not my fault, right? Okay. The sinuses get all clogged up. I had to literally tell my sleep apnea doctor, and they called me a mouth breather more times than I was comfortable with because I was like, I think this is an insult, but I don't know if I mean, in the context of sleep apnea, I feel like, the machine has to cover your mouth instead of just your nose. They were trying to give me just a nose one. I couldn't do it after that. And then the insurance didn't want to cover it because they're like, oh, you haven't been doing it. I'm like, well, I can't breathe through my nose.
I mean, I'm gonna show you here. There's several verses I can bring up here, but really what Andrew Tate does biblically is what's called.
That's my favorite part, where he's gonna bring up the Bible on Microsoft Word. Why is it on? Did you copy and paste it? You copied and pasted it on Word, and then he pulls that up. Lame.
A whoremonger. The man just completely has multiple different women and multiple different baby mamas, and that's how the man's chosen to live. No problem.
What did he just say? A whore? Oh wow, no, that is the word he's got highlighted there. Okay, that's a whoremonger. Got it. All right. Wow, that word's in there a lot. Actually, this is what 1, 2, 3. lot of that kind of mongering going on back then, I guess. I mean, I guess it was the one fun thing to do, back then. It's like you better monger some of that stuff while before you die of dysentery or whatever.
But the Bible says, Hebrews 13 verse 4, marriage is honorable and all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. There we go. And so,
what accent is this? Is that Alabama? Is that God will judge? Okay, marriage is honorable and all, and the bed undefiled, but whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Jesus Christ, man.
I mean, what side do you want to be on? Do you want to be the Nebraska pastor who has, who the Bible says has married and he's living a life of honor? He's honorable and his bed is undefiled? Or do you want to be on the side of the whoremongers and adulterers that God will judge?
I'm gonna be honest here. I think the mongers actually got the edge here, man. Okay, because the God that you're saying is going to do the thing is not. It's not real. So I think the mongers got the better idea. Live, laugh, and love a lot. Like love a lot, right? Love being the main word in that phrase there. Was it eat, drink, and be merry? That's where I was going. Live, laugh, love. How did that anyway? Eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow we die of dysentery. So I think that they kind of got the edge on you, man.
Andrew Tate has made a life's work of glorifying a degenerate, unbiblical lifestyle. I mean, and I somebody I don't even want to look it up, but somebody need to look it up. How many baby mamas does this guy have? How many women does he have? And I when he,
you want people to look that up. Is that public record? Where would you? Okay.
He says all my women are paid for. All my
babymama.com. Babymamaconsensus.com. That's what it would be.
My kids are paid for. I believe him. He's a very wealthy guy. But you can be wealthy and be under the judgment of God.
Now, this is where it starts to sound like you actually are jealous, dude. Like, yeah. So what you can be, you can be wealthy and everything, but you're going to be judged by the magical thing that nobody can demonstrate exists. And I'm not. I'm going to be, me and that magical thing that nobody can demonstrate exists. You're going to be chilling. Okay. You're going to be burning. Like, that does sound, it does sound like he's a little jealous, man. Like, it just kind of does, man. Jeez Louise.
You can be wealthy and die and go to hell. You can be wealthy.
Who says hell like that? Well, what's die and go to hell? What state is he from? Please, somebody tell me. Like, has anybody gotten? Oh, sounds like Rip. Thank you, Ember. Ember's on it. She knows everything. It's crazy. It sounds like Riverside, Kentucky. You even know the part of Kentucky, like and whether or not it's next to water, so that's pretty impressive. Okay, that makes sense. Kentucky works. He does say it sometimes, and I just can't remember.
And not be honorable. And so what Andrew Tate,
not be honorable. Okay. Wow. That's sure. Honorable to who? You? Okay. I think he's honorable to himself.
He is doing and what the lifestyle he's promoting and all this
Yeah, it's like
nonsense
what happened?
that he's, apparently all about. It's just foolishness.
Nobody move. Okay. The internet gods are trying to.
You're a fool, Andrew Tate. You're looking at a man if you want to say he's got looks, I guess that's debatable. If you want to say he's got money, well, that's not debatable. He's got money. You want to say he's got influence? I believe he's got influence. Is he a good fighter? Yeah, but
what is happening? What are you doing? You're like, let's say what we can demonstrate or not. Now we can his looks can't demonstrate that. That's debatable. People can disagree about that. Now, what else can they disagree about? Okay, he's got money. Okay, can't really disagree. That's sort of just a factual piece of information that just anyway. What about influence? Yeah, it's not debatable either. He kind of does have influence. They have millions of subscribers anyway. But honor though, well, that's debate. We're back to debatable. That's right. We're redebatable on that one.
He's not a good man. And see, even I was talking to my boys the other night about something along the lines of this. I said, son, I would rather you be a good man than a good fighter, because a man who's a good fighter but he's not a good man is not a good fighter.
What the fuck? Hold up. What? You told that to your kids? You're like, I would rather you be a good man than a good fighter, because if you're not a good man, well, then you're actually by extension a bad fighter. Okay, or you're a bad fighter, man. That's right. So that's this all makes sense. I'm glad. What kind of lessons does this guy teach his kids? What the fuck?
And so this is the type of conversation we need to have in our culture today. The Andrew Tates of the world are poison. Like, okay, sure.
Wow, I hate that I agree with this guy. Yeah, the Andrew Tates of the world are poison. And it's funny too, like, the people that really seem to really like Andrew Tate a lot. He seems to be quite influential with the middle schoolers that just went through puberty. I don't know. Have you ever seen? He does this thing. It's basically an MLM, right? Or a pyramid scheme, right? Where he's like, oh no, you got to get your bottom line, right? And you got to teach these classes. So I'm going to teach you how to teach these classes of pickup artist crap, whatever, treating women like crap and acting like an ass. And, you're going to attract, I guess, certain people that are into that sort of thing, right? And so he does say, and then these middle schoolers that like do it, right? They like try to become these influencers and everything. And they're just like, you want to be some kind of brokey man, yeah, I'd say you gotta get the bitches, man. Okay, you want to be brokey? No, I didn't think so, man. You gotta be like me, right? You gotta get your bottom line. No, you gotta get your down line. That's what I meant. It's ridiculous.
I think we need to fight back against this sissy, effeminate nonsense that's going on in our culture. I think men need to stand. I think men need to step up. I really think the only reason
the sissy, effeminate culture here thing. Okay, man. Yeah, no, you're just a bastion of masculinity here. My goodness. Well, it's so weird to me when people get so obsessed with this like, gotta be, we gotta get rid of the sissy, effeminate stuff. Like what? Like why do you care? Are you doing it? How does this affect you? Right? If there's some effeminate man down the street and you're like, he's wrecking the world, man. Like, how does this affect you? I never understand that. And it's just so obvious, because all the people that care about this, they all have stuff about them that make them not seen as being masculine, right? Yet they're the ones that care about it the most, which is odd. And it's almost as if they kind of want to just be seen as masculine just for being a man and caring about people being masculine. They think that like completes the ensemble or something. Like, I'm a man and I care about people being masculine. And it's like, yeah, usually their voice is like super high, like Ben Shapiro, right? He always cares about, and Jordan Peterson. Are you kidding me? All these people are extremely not masculine. but they're like, I'll make up for it if I can argue about people needing to be more masculine or something, and that fixes it. I don't understand how it works.
We have women preachers in our cultures because we got effeminate men and we got carnal women. And so that's for real. I've done a whole documentary on the divine feminine.
See what I mean? I've done a whole documentary on divine feminine. And so he thinks that that women preachers is bad. That's a bad thing. Can't have that, you know. And I mean, it's like they always point to the Bible and say that it has to do with like women should be quiet because the Bible does say that. Yeah, imagine that. But yeah, and so he's like obsessed with that. Plus, I guess there's another part of the Bible where it says that women can't teach men, and they love holding that verse up. So yeah, but and so I guess he's saying the reason that there are women pastors is because they're just weak men that aren't there to slap them down when they try to like, I'm going to become a preacher. You know, no. Only men can do preaching.
You got guys out there like the VeggieTales creator Phil Vischer. I think the man's the divine feminine. He's manipulative with empathy. His whole theology is wimpy and soft, and I think he is I think he's a compromiser person. I don't even think he's a brother in Christ. So I get all that, and I guess coming
really weird going against the VeggieTales guy. I don't know what's happening with that, but so he does not like the VeggieTales guy. That dude is just too wimpy and too much of a compromiser. Okay, this video keeps on lagging out. I'm gonna go to a different one, but there's more I think we can go to. There we go. What are y'all doing? What are y'all talking about? Let's see here. Man, I like brought it up to current, and then of course it all goes away. Weird DNA, what's up? I haven't seen you in a minute. Promoting masculinity rather than meaningful education is a huge red flag. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, because it's nothing. It's an act. You know, it's complete and utter nonsense. Just being like, oh, men are supposed to be like that. And if you're not, well, then you need to feel bad. It's like, I feel like that's the biggest part of it. It's just like the toxic shame side of it, right? They want to make you feel bad for not being what you're supposed to be, right? You're broken, you're bad, you're not masculine enough. And what it all boils down to is an act. And it's like this weird competitive insecurity nonsense that these people have where they're just trying to out manly each other. And it's like, who cares, dude? Go live life. It's so sad. I don't know. It's like, my God, grow up. Jeez Louise. Lori, how are we doing? What's up? Said, wait, he's not a good man, so he's Spider-Man? What? I feel like I missed the context on that. I guarantee there's a good joke there, and I totally forgot what the wow. Anyway, Wolfos, where'd you get here? All right, cool. So he was okay. He was an okay fighter. Okay. I don't know. I didn't see it at all. I have a hard time with the UFC thing. It just feels like a lot of hugging, right? You know, it always starts off like it's going to be blood sport, right? And then hugging down on the ground, just, you know, face balls, just like, it's weird, right? I don't get it. But anyway, stole a bunch of money from women. He ended up sex trafficking, and the only influence he spreads is toxic masculinity intentionally. Yeah, that sounds about right. So that was what he got arrested for, because I know he did. Yeah, he was stealing. And it was OnlyFans too, right? How do you convince people that you need? I thought the whole point of OnlyFans is that you cut out the middleman. And yet somehow he managed to like convince people, now you need a middleman here. Okay. Now you need it to go through me so that I can have your money. I mean, so that you can have the platform to actually get out there. And it's like OnlyFans. That's already done. We already got that. So I don't understand. Anyway, well, whatever. What am I an apostate of exactly? I was a fundamentalist Christian. It was Calvary Chapel, but it was like a really like heavily like controlled sort of sect. I was like homeschooled and all that type of stuff, kept away from everybody. Yeah, very like they're like grown up hippies, right, from the Jesus movement. But yeah, they were trying to do like this isolationist thing with keeping the kids away from all information because then the kids might not, think all the things the parents want them to think. So yeah, that's what I'm an apostate from. But yeah, Islam is hilarious. Hilarious. It's probably not the word I would use, but I guess it probably is too. I don't know much about it, to be honest. I have to look more into it. I think the horse thing, cutting the moon in half, that is pretty funny right there. The people, say he did that and then they actually believe it. But Christians think an axe head floated. So, not doing much better. So whatever. Michael said, it sounds like somewhere in the south of the U.S., but not deep south. Okay. Yeah, he's not deep. Or he curtailed it, because I feel like he's altering his voice there. He's because it comes out when he gets carried away, and then he pulls it back. He pulls it back. It's funny how it works. Lyric said, it almost sounds like Western North Carolina. Dude, I think that is it. I'm trying to remember. I was hoping like somebody that I think it might be North Carolina, to be honest, because he's said it before. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting lost on the damn accent, but it really does. Music, what's up? How you doing? So it almost makes me glad for childhood illness. Completely cured me of trying to live up to society's standards of masculinity. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's an illness of its own, right? Like, the pressure and anxiety that must cause. It's like I've mentioned this before, but there's like that channel where the dude like trains people how to do stuff manly. And it's not the stuff that you would think. It's stuff like get up out of a chair. Like, you want to get up out of a chair like a man, bro. Okay. See how your center of gravity, you're centered, bro. Okay. You stand up, confident. You're confident. Look at that. Okay. And then, and it's just like, oh my God, this poor guy is like obsessed with what he looks like to just stand up, you fucking weirdo. Like, what are you doing, man? So crazy. Holy jeez. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't really get that one either. I don't know. I think we were in the punk scene and everything. So that wasn't really we did. Well, and I guess, you know what it was? So we always fought with those guys. The jocks would we call them the jocks. They would show up to the shows, right? And they'd have the mohawk, but it would stop. It would stop right there. It didn't go all the way back. And so it ended up, it really, you know what it was? It was that 90s haircut that was like shaved up like a Kurt Cobain, but like more lame, and it's like shaved up. And then they would just spike that up, and then they'd wear their wife beaters, right? And then they would go to punk shows just to get in fights, right? That was those guys, and they always got beat up because there's a lot more of us than them. But that's so I think that might have just messed it up out of me when I seen that. It's like, those guys are lame. So and they were just obsessed with being like the dude, bro, masculine, bro, whatever. And then they're just constantly getting beat up at shows. It was just and then eventually they all started putting on collared shirts and ninja dancing and listening to hardcore, and that's where all those guys moved onto, and then we kind of diverged at that point. And by that time, we kind of got along. I think all the punks were kind of growing up, and we were just standing in the back of the hardcore shows. And we're like, sure, whatever, why not? And they're out there doing their spin kicks and stuff. And we're like, cool, knock yourselves out. It's better than going to punk shows and starting fights. You know what I mean? Anyway, Charlie, what's up, dude? Said, all you heathens are going to hell. Hell has the best music, the best drugs, and the best orgies. You are all going to suffer by not being able to kiss divine ass for eternity. I mean, the kissing divine ass thing, you're actually kind of messing it up. That sounds kind of cool. I feel like the kissing the divine ass is what's going to be going on during those orgies, right? That's good. I'm already demonetized. Thanks a lot, man. Trying to do this, being monetized for my live streams now, and you just screwed it up. And anyway, let's see. Here we go. BS, what's up, dude? How you doing? BS Lewis here. Ninja dancing. Good day, sir. I said good day. Yeah, you never. Oh, look that up. Look that up. You're gonna have a ball. They do this. They just swing their arms randomly in every direction, and they all do it in the same place, which is wonderful to watch because they're just clocking each other, and then they do like spin kicks. It's a whole thing. Look up hardcore dancing spin kick. I don't know. Is it thrashing? I can't remember exactly. We called it hardcore dancing, so I don't know. It's hilarious though. You got to go check it out. It was a lot of fun. I did it a couple times, but then I had to put my tooth into milk. And that's not a fun day for anybody. You know what I mean? That's just not, you're looking around the club for your tooth. It's just not fun, it just wrecked it for me. So stop doing that right away. But anyway, all right, what are we gonna watch? All right. What do y'all feeling like? All right, here's the options. Capturing Christianity's quitting. So that's cool. Or he's desperate for clicks and he's lying. That's I don't really care about that though. Do you guys? No. Can't do the PBD. They always give you the copyright thing. Here we go. So speaking of Andrew Tate, Russi is covering him and making it doing this. Am I gonna have to reset the whole browser? That's gonna irritate me if I do.
All right. Right. It is official. Have since had their passports, American passports, released and allowed to travel to the United States. They've claimed they're going to go back to
right. And I think that's where Patrick Bet David is, right? Like he's here in Florida, and that's like where that's where they're at right now. And of course, I was kind of surprised actually, because you would think that Ron DeSantis would be like, I actually like that guy. Oh, he hates all the people I hate, so it's cool. But no, I guess not. I guess they're going after him. So which is kind of funny because he's a bad person, and I hope he keeps running for the rest of his life. Yeah, here we go. I mean,
now the breaking news. Give you guys some. So if you're here,
damn, I don't know why it's doing all that. Let me see if it goes again. So I just got this all set up nice. Thought it was working pretty good. Where we at? Here, I'll look at some comments while we're out there. I know. What the you know what it is? It's those Christians casting evil spells on me. It's the occult. It's the occult. They're sending their magic spell. That's what it is. All right. One sec. Here's what I'm going to do. I got an idea. I'm just going to put up my overlay, and then I'll be right back. It's going to be 2 seconds. All right, let's see if this is better. Sorry about this, y'all. Now let me put up the YouTube, and then we can decide what we're gonna watch. But hopefully it plays smoothly. I don't know. I just closed down the browser, reset it. Hopefully I don't have to like reset the whole thing. That would suck. But you know, that's why I need a better setup. So, you know, patreon.com. Become a member. Hit that join button. Yeah, there everybody goes. All right, let me see here. Let's have a look. Does it look like it's going fast? I don't know. I don't know if it does. Oh man, I hate this stuff. It's weird because I'm like hard line.
So this is the official Attorney General.
I'm gonna turn off though. Oh, it is not.
Who filed these search warrants and
Okay. Now let's see if it's moving smoothly here. Sorry. I know this has been weird. I don't know what the hell's going on. I had to like switch off my hard line for some reason, and the Wi-Fi still works, but the hard line's not working. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But apologies for this. Let's see here. And I'm back. All right. Now let's pull up YouTube. Hopefully it'll work. And like reset everything. The only problem with streaming is that like it's gotta, everything's gotta keep working, All right, here we go.
All right, it is official. This is crazy. The Florida Attorney General executes search warrant against Andrew and Tristan Tate after.
Where are we at?
I can't comment on an opinion
Agree a little bit
within our legal authority to hold them accountable. These victims,
conservatives and so many folks on the right that are saying it's a matrix attacks and they've done nothing wrong, and it's because they're, fill in the blank, fill in the issue that they're for. That's why the people are attacking them. When if you look at their own
the Matrix is attacking them. I feel like that. Why did you threw that in there? Because he said that, right? He's just Andrew Tate's like it's those robot things with all the arms from that movie that are trying to find the Nebuchadnezzar. You know what I'm talking about? Is that's who's coming after me, and and the agents too. It's those robots, I guess, when they plug into the I don't know how it works, honestly. What are those? What the hell were those like octopus machines for? Anyway,
actual statements. They've said some rather incriminating things repeatedly
around the world. Many of these victims coming forward, some of them minors. People can spin or defend however they want, but in Florida, this type of behavior is viewed as atrocious. We're not going to accept it. They chose to come here and
we even banned pornography. Okay, so you can't even look at stuff in this state. All right, okay, it's pretty soon we're going to be at banning coffee like Utah, putting in all these weird soda places that are all caffeine free and stuff.
Set their feet down in this state, and we're going to pursue every tool we have within our legal authority to hold them accountable. So we are in the process today. We have secured and executed subpoenas and warrants, and we're going to continue to move forward with.
So subpoenas and warrants. Are those arrest warrants? Are there any type of warrant besides an arrest warrant? Are these guys about to be now in custody in the United States?
There's these things called search warrants. There's those as well. But it sounds like it might be arrest warrants, but I'm not really sure.
And arrested? I don't know. This is some real.
It might be they subpoena them, right? Get them down there. Then they search their stuff while they're down there. I don't know how it works. I don't watch I only watch the Special Victims Unit show, SVU. I don't think they go really into detail about how this stuff works exactly, but
really interesting stuff.
Full force of law.
You know how they like base those shows off of like actual cases and stuff. I wonder if Andrew Tate has actually ever been like the basis for an SVU episode. It actually fits quite well, really.
This is an ongoing criminal investigation, and we're going to use every tool we have to ensure that justice is served.
Do you open a criminal investigation?
There is an active criminal investigation, yes.
Do you believe that you can give me any details of what?
I can't comment on a pending investigation, but what I can tell you is if these guys did criminal activity here in Florida, we will go after them with the full force of law.
Yeah, so they're going to go after them. That's what's being said right now.
Okay, yeah, it's funny when they say stuff like that. Now, I can't say anything about an active investigation, but I will tell you this: if they did crimes, we're gonna go after them for it. I know, very useful information. I'm glad, I know you needed to hear me say that because that was.
Apparently, Andrew Tate is tweeting that the Matrix is attacking him. All right.
It was him. I knew it.
I don't really know what to make of that.
He's an idiot. That's what you make of that.
Matrix is attacking him. This is an interesting account. If you want the real details and the real facts about Candace Owens's affiliation with Andrew Tate, Andrew Tate's own repeated confessions, Murdered by Crayons has a fantastic feed of all of the legal precedent of all the stuff that they're consistently lying about, them saying the charges in Romania have been dropped. They haven't been dropped, because he says at one point they're dropped, and then he says they're going back to Romania. I think
yeah, he's a liar, man. Like, why do you it's weird, and it's crazy that, of course, these conservative pundits are like bringing him on and letting him tell his side of the story, which is, you know, the false side of the story. It's the bullshit side of the story, right?
Andrew Tate, unfortunately, is full of it. I think he broke the law. Maybe he didn't know he was breaking the law, but he definitely broke the law.
It's so weird that I keep on having to agree with these fundies on Andrew Tate. This is weird.
According to the definition of what trafficking is, now he's having to deal with the consequences of it. He's blaming it on politics. Ron DeSantis is attacking me because he was worried I would support Byron Donalds over his wife, having known I have monumental impact. They attacked me to prevent me from destroying his wife's political career. So it's like he's blaming this.
Oh my gosh, he plays in so much to like the conspiracy, the conspiracy world. Okay, what? It's crazy that Ron DeSantis' wife is running for anything. That lady's a freaking robot. Have you seen that? She looks so weird. She just looks like her body, like everything's uncomfortable all the time. Like she just looks like she's got that disease where your brain registers just everything is intense pain, and you're just like, ugh, like just constant. That's what she looks like. It makes me uncomfortable every time I have to look at her. I don't know.
On a political thing, he's blaming this on the Matrix. Nevertheless, he is going to have to deal with this. Now, of course, folks on the right, not everybody on the right, but some folks I'm friendly with, like PBD, I think has unfortunately been running interference and
you're friendly with PBD? All right. Of course he is.
Allowing Tate to go on and say whatever he wants on his podcast. Folks like Candace Owens, folks like Tucker Carlson completely caping for him and not allowing folks to actually present the issues with this dude illegally.
It's like all the people, all the worst people, like all just the liars. It's all the quote unquote journalists that are like, we'll let you say whatever you want. You come on here, you can blame everything on the Illuminati if you want to. The Matrix, you're going with Matrix. Okay, well, it's not as. You sure you don't want to go with Illuminati? Yeah, okay, Matrix, whatever.
I'm not talking about masculinity. I'm all for masculinity. I'm all for empowering men to be protectors and providers. I think all that stuff is fine. It's the actual criminal components that are.
Yeah, it's those wokes. It's those wokes that are all against. They're all against the people providing for families and stuff.
Dangerous and problematic in terms of the precedent that it's setting for young men. And I'm glad that if these things are true, which by all accounts, it seems like they're true, that they're being dealt with legally. And so this is all over the internet. I think Tate's going to have a complete meltdown over this again. This is a great resource if you guys want the actual facts about what's happening. There's now multiple countries, including the UK, the United States, and Romania, that have this dude under investigation. I think it's fair to say where there's smoke, there's fire. Here's a Bible.
Yeah, once I wasn't on board when like 3 countries were trying to arrest him, but 4. Whoa, I think that sounds like some smoke. That sounds like some smoke when there's not 3 but 4 countries now. Yeah, now it's Jesus Christ. More like where there's fire, man. What are you talking about? It's insane. My goodness. Hey, Rion, how we doing? Rion Cultastic. I love it. That's such a cool name. Let's see, Drusilla. Hey, so Wolfos. Hey, tech issues are so funny. Maybe I learned to come on time. Yeah, you made it right on time, since it it was just what are those things? It was like in the middle of chitty chitty bang bang. What do they call those things? At the theater when they let everybody go. I don't know, something that they used to do that we don't do anymore. And now I can't think of the word. But intermission, that's the way. I knew it, because it just took me a second. It's sleep apnea is letting the oxygen get to my brain now. Now I can remember words and stuff. It's crazy. It's awesome.
Tie into all of this, and maybe you are a Christian, maybe you're not a Christian, but I think this is the heart of the matter here, Matthew. I'm
not always going to read about. It's like there's a Bible verse for this. So a sex trafficker in Florida was on the BPD podcast. We got a Bible verse. That's right. This is relatable. This is relatable back to the Bible. What the hell is happening?
You 12, chapter 2, there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed or hidden that will not be made known. What you have said in the dark will be heard in the daylight, and what you have whispered in the ear in the inner rooms will be proclaimed from the rooftop. What?
Yeah, that doesn't that just sound like a terror? Like that's like they're just terrorizing people into like behaving the way that they want them to behave all the time. Now he looks at this as like, hey, it's gonna come out that this, if you do bad stuff, eventually they're gonna get you. When we know that's just not true. Once you get over a certain dollar amount, once you get over a certain dollar amount, doesn't matter. Nothing can take you down. I feel like we see that you can even become president anyway. But this is just clearly like a method of control in the Bible. Like that's just like one of those parts. Like God knows what you're thinking. Don't think so that you can sit there and be like, oh my gosh, I keep thinking thoughts. As if you can control your thoughts. As if you could sit there and be like, oh man, I should feel bad about that. Like when you're driving, and there's a bicyclist and they're right in the way, and you're like, I should just pretend like I don't see this jerk in the road. It's not, there's no bike lane. The next road over is where the bike lane is ass at. I should just hit this. I won't do it. And then you're like, man, I should feel bad for that thought because, I shouldn't have thought that was going to ram this guy off the road because he's such an idiot. And now I got to go slow behind a bicyclist because there's no bike lane. And I got to sit here and go 15 miles an hour. People are honking at me and I'm like, freaking bike, man. Freaking bike. I don't know. Like
what you have done in the dark will come to the light. Even if you're powerful, even if you're influential, even if you're handsome, even if you are connected to the right.
It really kills me when they pretend to be vehicles on the road, and they start doing like these. They say, oh, I'm going over, making a right-hand turn here. Shut the fuck. Are you kidding me? And then they'll do like this. And then they'll go into the left-hand turning. Like, what the heck, dude? Get out of here. They're in the left-hand turning lane, waiting for the arrow. Get the oh my god!
Influencers who are going to run interference for you and do softball.
You're not a vehicle. You're not a vehicle. You don't count. Okay, this is for motor vehicle. God damn.
Interviews and not actually deal with any of the real issues that are being alleged here. This is monumental in the sense that it seems like justice will be served with regards to him consistently getting into legal trouble. And I think this is
what if somebody spilled their coffee? What if somebody spilled their coffee and they're not paying attention? Now they're traumatized because they just took out a person on a bike, splatted on this freaking windshield, like Final Destinated this person. Yeah. Anyway, just make sure you ride your bike on the bike lane, y'all. There's roads for that.
A W. I think this is a W, and I'm happy that folks like Ron DeSantis, who I align with on the right, and
I'm just kidding, by the way. I don't. I don't know why I just think that's funny getting mad about that. But BS said cyclists that LARP as motorcyclists. I know that just. And a lot of times it's funny because there's some like mega sidewalk right there. And I know it's called a sidewalk, not side bicyclist. I don't know why it would be called that. That doesn't even make sense. Anyway, but still, there's some mega like spot for you to be able to be safely. Because I don't know if you know anything about the people that drive in Florida. Yeah, the thing I said about spilling coffee, that's just sort of like, you should just assume everybody's always spilling coffee, just constantly, not even looking at anything that's going on. Half of them are on acid driving around, they're like Hunter S. Thompson in it, right? Just swerving all over the damn road. And you're out here on a bike. Like, not only do I got to pay attention to the acid head swerving in front of me, now I got to pay attention to you. It's like, anyway, tangent. I know. Sorry. How the hell did we get on that? I don't. What the fuck did he say? Something? He said something about bicyclists, right? Because Andrew Tate, bicycle. I don't even know what happened. I'm sorry.
And this attorney general are stepping up and saying, yeah, you can't just come here with all the crazy stuff that you've publicly confessed to. Everything from OF manipulation, lover boy methods to.
Yeah, don't publicly confess to crimes. Probably not a good idea. If you do, put it in a joke and then say you were kidding. That's the way to get around that, right? And be like, that was a joke, and I was joking about that, obviously.
Flat out tax evasion. You can't just do that and then say, oh yeah, well, the Matrix is out to get me. And a certain percentage of folks that are just going to fall in line blindly and pledge allegiance to whatever this dude says. I'm glad that this is being dealt with. I think this is a huge net positive. I would say that if you are still under this spell where you think that the Matrix is under attack under this dude, how is it that states like Florida?
Kari, what's up? How are you doing? I I have to, Ryan. Only took pictures last season, but I should put them in a video. What, you were taking videos of bicyclists that were in the way? You're documenting them, right? Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I think we should document these people too, you know, and then get them canceled. We'll find out where they work. Yeah, no, yeah, this is good. And then we'll call their employer. It'd be like, did you know this asshat is out riding around on their bike where there's no bike lane? You know, get them in trouble. I have no idea what you were talking about. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just kind of, you know, I feel like I was reaching with that one, but hey, Tate, what's up, dude? So to be fair, my experience, there's usually broken glass in the bike lane. Okay, well, that's why you don't do it in Chicago, first of all. Okay, that's not, I'm just kidding. All the Chicago people like, hey, got beers. I don't know what Chicago people sound like, but yeah, no, sorry.
Florida that are usually right-leaning conservative states are also saying, nah, buck stops here. You can't keep doing it. And so I would reevaluate. Again, a lot of these folks I'm friendly with. Of course, he's going to go and deny all this stuff. Of course, he's going to blame shift. Of course, he's going to do all the manipulate.
It's so sad when people like him look, Ruslan tries to be like, oh, I'm the good Christian who's also conservative. And he tries to like to all of the you know, the conservatives that are like not really conservatives anymore. They're just crazy people just looking for outrage clicks and stuff, like Candace Owens, like wearing White Lives Matter shirts and stuff. Like, you know, all that. He tries to like be like, oh, I'm kind of like that, but like this is what you have to do when you're on the same side generally as the neo-Nazis, you know, like that. This is what you constantly have to do. It's like, you're like, oh, but you know, I disagree with the people that I'm friends with. We are good friends, but I disagree with them on that, bringing on the sex trafficker guy and defending him and letting him make his case that he's not actually a rapist, even though he's been calling it anyway. But no, I'm a good Christian though. Like, look what you got to do, dude. Just leave that side of the aisle, man. You know, it's comfortable over here. I promise. The water's fine. Get the hell out of that side of everything.
Tactics. And again, I'm not even saying the stuff they're accused of. Maybe they didn't even know that the stuff was illegal, but it clearly is. And it clearly is something that they're going to have to deal with the consequences.
What? They didn't know it was illegal? Well, first of all, that doesn't matter. Have you ever heard anybody like ignorance isn't an excuse or whatever? You know, I thought red lights were where I come from. Red lights mean go. I was confused, honestly. I was wondering why everybody was stopping when they were supposed to be going and stuff. So anyway,
consequences up at some point in time. So again, if you guys want more information, if you actually want to know the facts around the case, you guys could go check out the handle here, Murder by Crayons. I'm talking about his connection.
Why? Because weed, bro. So Johnny, I prayed to the flying spaghetti monster. It came back after that. That's what I was thinking too. You know, those spaghetti monsters, they're good with internet connections, right? They can readjust some stuff, you know. So I appreciate it. They're down at the servers, you know, they got a lot of noodly appendages, just unplugging stuff, plugging it back in, you know, adding. I don't know how it works. They always have those big walls of things that are plugged into other things. I imagine that you can make connections stronger by unplugging stuff and plugging. I don't know how it works, but that's the visual I'm going with. AR, what's up, dude? Is neon sign in the back his neon sign in the back has backwards. It says bless God. It's God bless. Oh, I know. That's like his thing. It's like bless God, like network or something. And yeah, I know. Isn't that kind of weird, right? Like, isn't God supposed to bless you? Like who? First of all, Ruslan, who the hell do you think you are? Just getting to you do the blessing. Are you a deity? Didn't think so. No. You think you'd just be blessing God? That is disrespectful, man. Like, gross. It's evil. That's what it is. Disrespectful. Hey, Theo, what's up, dude? Let's see what we got here. Amber said, no, Ruslan blesses God. He's that important. God prays to him. Yeah, that's again, just super disrespectful. I can't believe he doesn't get shit for that, like, constantly.
To Candace Owens's husband and why perhaps she keeps running interference for him. All of that stuff is publicly documented, and you can go look it up for yourself. And you do your
because she's disgusting. She's just a bad person. I don't know what you want, man. That's literally the honest answer there. if your question is why, it's because she's bad. I don't know. She's awful.
own research and see if it seems like it is possible that he is guilty of the things that are being alleged. You can figure that out on this website. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you
Godless Granny, hey, how we doing? I was just watching one of your shows. It's awesome. Glad to have you. Oh yeah. All right. So I guess
new here.
Where I was gonna say there was a short one that I wanted to take a look at. How much time do we got? Okay, we still got some time. We're good. We're good. Where'd it go? Okay. Well, this one's fun. Let's do this one. I don't know if this is for kids. I'm going to be honest. I always wonder about this. Here. Oh, no, I think it's pretty short.
On what someone believes regarding.
So there's this channel. It's got 1 million subscribers. So not nobody, right? And he makes these little whiteboard looking cartoon thingies. And I don't know if it's for kids, but sometimes I don't think it's supposed to be, but I think it ends up being that way because, it's Christianity. I don't know what else to tell you.
The question of whether or not God exists is a common question that many people ask. And the existence of God is one that is heavily debated between believers in a higher power and skeptics and atheists. And many times people who...
I like how the higher power is their specific interpretation of their doctrine, of their denomination, of their religion. And then it's just and not that.
don't believe in God will ask for hard evidence for his existence. And they'll challenge Christians and tell them, show me proof and I'll believe. And to be honest, Christians can't...
No, you can't. No. Oh, really? No, that can't be. You're messing with me. Dude, that's a joke. God, that's great. He said, Candace Owens doesn't believe in dinosaurs. She thinks they are a hoax. Wow. That's incredible. And it's funny because I've literally heard people say this before, and it was there was this band that used to play down here in Florida called Under Oath. They were a Christian. I don't think they're Christian anymore. They're still playing. They sound totally different. But and they're called Under Oath. They were a Christian band. They went on the road with Warped Tour, and it was the year that NoFX was playing with them. And he knew they were Christian and that they were conservative, so he harassed them daily. And I was, I was there for it, to be honest. They would set up these stupid Bible studies and stuff at the Warped Tour, and had it off to the side. And Fat Mike would show up every day and kind of mess with them. And he kept going on about, he's like, they don't believe in dinosaurs, and he kept making a big thing about that. And I was like, he's got to be messing with them. Nope, they actually don't believe in dinosaurs. They actually are young Earth creationists. Some of the members of Under Oath went to my church too, by the way. So it's just like I have kind of a personal relationship with some of these weirdos. Because again, I was raised that way. I don't think I believe they were a hoax. I just thought that they lived with humans, which is a perfectly normal interpretation of all of this. But anyway, point is, they tried to fight back and made some shirt that was like, Fat Mike's a dinosaur because he's old. And all it did was remind us that they don't believe in dinosaurs, and it was really sad. So, but anyway, I still got to get that shirt because it's pretty cool. But I hope you enjoyed that story. But that's crazy. I didn't realize that idiotic conspiracy went all the way to the top, as it were, all the way up to Candace Owens. Wow, that's crazy. Wouldn't have thought. Jeez, that's so ridiculous. Oh, okay. Rationality rules. He did one on that. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Jesus, that's too funny. Wow, she is just. I mean, once she starts wearing like White Lives Matter shirts, I was just like, wow, she's just like blender brain. Holy crap! You know what I mean? She's
can't give hard evidence that God does exist. However, just because believers can't show.
Okay, we're done. No, don't take it back. You said it. Okay, let's hear it again.
They'll challenge Christians and tell them, show me proof and I'll believe. And to be honest, Christians can't give hard evidence that God does exist.
Okay, then I guess that's the end of your video, right? That's all. That we're done. It's over. The conversation's done. You guys, it's a God genocide. I wonder if you're going to address that to the kids that watch this thing.
However, just
all right, kids, sometimes genocides are good. Hear me out. Hear me out. If our God says to do it, because he's got to be good, because we just decide that everything he does is good, even if it's obviously bad. So, right?
just because believers can't show God physically, it doesn't mean there aren't any good reasons to believe in God. So in this video, I want to cover 3 reasons why people can believe in God. However, I should mention—
I'm fine with soft evidence, yeah, or even squishy. I like squishy evidence too. That's the best kind. I love squishing. I just grab onto it and just squish it. It's all moist. It's all moist in your hand. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, let's go.
That these arguments should not be abused. For example, many people can enter into a debate of sorts and have the mentality to win and will refuse to listen to the other person and will only look for moments to make the other person look stupid.
Dumb. I like how they always have to have podiums too. They're like imagining themselves in a debate with podiums, like they're at what's the debate con or whatever. That's a thing, right? That's a debate con anyway.
For their lack of knowledge. Even now as I write, I know many people will watch this video with the mentality to prove all these reasons for God's existence wrong. And they'll show it in the comments. And that's honestly fine. But know that if you're a Christian, know that these 3 arguments that I'm about to cover are meant to promote discussion.
Yeah, well, I was. Okay. Charlie said, I was a Christian for 40 years, including as a punk. See, there was a lot of Christian punks back in the day. You know, I think it's a 40-year-old, like, you know, in that it's a millennial, like brand new, almost into millennial. Anyway, it's the 1980 thing. It's like there was in the early 2000s, there was a— I'm not going to get into it, but there was a lot of Christian punk stuff. But it's I was a Christian for 40 years, including as a punk. But I never believed the Earth was 6,000 years old. Oh, lucky you, huh? Look, you're saying this to make me feel bad, huh? Okay, and denied the truth of evolution, let alone denied the existence of dinosaurs. I know that. See, I mean, and I didn't even go that far. I just thought that people rode them, like at the Ark Encounter, right? You know, I thought maybe they were like horses and stuff, you know, or bears, right? Bears kind of know to stay away, right? They're a lot bigger than people. This is literally what I used to say. I say, look, hey, if you think about it, look, animals know. They know to stay away from us, and dinosaurs are no different. Okay, do the bears come down into the city and just start mauling people? No, they don't. You know why? Because God told them don't do that. You know, they run the planet, and you run the caves off somewhere else. And so that's what I literally thought. The dinosaurs were just like, they're just off on the side, and they didn't bother the people. You know. I mean, at the Ark Encounter took it to another level and made them riding them and stuff, which is hilarious, but like Flintstone style, unbelievable. But yeah, no, I actually, I can't get to it. I have my book here though, written by Gish of the Gish Gallop. It was my science book. It's like this thick, it's like a science textbook, this big. Yeah, it's like at 40 pages.
And to get people to consider that God may actually exist. So should you use them, be humble about it. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching our videos. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, I did not know that. Okay. God, it's great. To be pedantic. That's okay. We love pedantia. Yeah, pedantia. And those are lectern. You're going to be pedantic about my pronunciation of the plural of pedantia, aren't you? Yeah, that's all right. To be pedantic, those are lecterns, not podiums. A podium has a base you stand on. I did not know that. That's wow. Okay, so it's a lectern. Wow, I never thought that. Okay, that's interesting. They were standing on stuff on those. Okay, interesting. Had no idea. We made a new design for some of our shirts and sweaters. With our impact logo, I attached the Japanese phrase chotozutsu, which is translated little by little. So if you'd like
Well,
one,
if you take a podium and you add a soapbox, does it become? Wait. I mean, if you take a lectern and add a soapbox, does it then become a podium? These are good questions. I think we all really need to know some of this stuff, because we need to get to the bottom of this. It's important stuff here.
or if you'd like to support us in this way, you can click the link in the description below.
Yeah, if you want to like, you can hit the like button. I know this thing has been up there way too long today. Sorry about all of the tech issues. I don't know what's going on, but well, I need new stuff, I think. And I think StreamYard kind of sucks. I don't know, whatever.
The video in just a sec. First, have you ever read a news story and thought, is this really true? Am I getting the full picture? Unfortunately, today's media is full of bias, and social media only reinforces.
Who the hell is this guy? Where did the little white people go? I mean, they are white people. And what is up with that? Why is this an all white people channel? I don't get it, man. I feel like this is inappropriate, bro. Okay. Always doing ground news. I actually do use ground news myself. They're not a sponsor. Don't go get them because they're not a sponsor yet. Just wait to get it. And then but I don't know. It seems like a long ad to have to do for, my gosh, this is still going. Okay. Argument number 1. Here we go.
Argument number 1, the creation argument. This argument is also known as the cosmological argument. And while I could go through the argument in detail, where I go through each premise, I think it's better to explain it in a way that you can use it in a conversation. And if that doesn't make any sense to you, that's fine. All you need to know is that I'm going to break down this argument simply.
Like, if you don't know what premises are and stuff, I get it. That's like 90% of all you out there. Premises, never mind. We're not gonna just bunny up, okay? Bunny up and listen up to what I'm telling you here.
Because you don't really need to know the premises unless you're in an actual debate. So the creation argument essentially states that everything that begins to exist must have a reason for its existence.
Yeah, everything that begins to exist. I love how they have to put that. That is just so funny to me, because it's just like, hey, stuff has to begin to exist, right? And like, even the creator, right? No, not if I specify a characteristic for the thing that caused everything to say that it doesn't have to have a cause, because I created that characteristic to take care of that problem, then it does.
So since that's the case, we as people should also have a reason for our existence. So this is the way it works. Everything that we see has a cause for its existence. For example, we can look at a building and we can safely assume that there were architects and construction workers that were responsible for making it.
Oh my God. He's doing why do they always go to building, man? Like they always do the same Ray Comfort crap. Jeez Louise, is there anything else that you can go? But no, they have to do something that's made by people, because otherwise it all breaks down. If they're like, we can tell that black holes were clearly created so that light gets sucked into it, because you have to have stuff that sucks. I don't know what black holes are for. Honestly, but somebody had to make that thing for the stuff to work for some reason.
On top of that, paintings come from artists, dishes come from chefs, and forests come from seeds, and mountains come from the Earth's tectonic plates moving.
Oh, and the forest comes from seeds. Everything was like people except, okay. Oh, and tectonic plates moving. So you got some natural stuff in there. Okay. But you're trying to say that these natural things are not natural. They're caused in the same kind of way as a meal is caused or a painting is caused.
So the idea is that all that we see needed to have some kind of cause, and our universe isn't any different. According to science, our universe is expanding.
It's a fallacy of composition. You're just assuming that what we look at on this tiny rock flying through space, things on that tiny little planet is a part of that giant cosmos. That the way things work on that tiny rock is the same as the actual universe. It's like, if you say that one of the parts works just like the whole, or the whole must work like one of the parts, that's a fallacy of composition.
And if it's continuously expanding, then if we were to rewind time, there had to have been a point in which everything started. So the question is, how did everything begin? And the answer to this question is still a mystery in science, because we obviously can't go back and observe how life actually began. So the creation argument pretty much states,
how did everything begin? What do they mean by everything? Because if you're talking about the universe in our current form, that's not necessary. I mean, that's not reality. Like, I don't think, I don't know, this is where you got to get down in the mire here. But I kind of think that reality has always existed in one form or another, but our cosmos had a beginning. But now I don't know, because it looks like that's an outdated model. It seems like we're getting new information from the telescopes that we've flung out there in the depths of space, and so things are moving at different rates. So like, we don't even know about that anymore. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's an outdated model. I think we need to do a lot more investigation before we can update that sucker. But yeah, we don't know if it needed to have a beginning. That's kind of my point. But
that because things exist, things like the universe and its galaxies, stars, and planets, and the Earth with its land, seas, and people, then something or someone had to be responsible for its existence. And while people
something, wait. You can't, why does it like stuff has to be responsible for other stuff? And it's like, okay, I'll give you that. But then you go into a someone and it's like, now you lost me. There's no, you need the evidence of the someone before you can say that it caused stuff, dude. You need to have that causal link demonstrated.
May argue and say, well, maybe the universe was just always here. To that, I'd say that the universe expanding is proof that our universe...
No, sir, that's incorrect. No, you're done. I can't do a good Matt Dillon. He's got like a way more deep. No. Dude, when I saw, I listened to the Atheist Experience when I was deconverting about 10 years ago, and I didn't watch it. I just heard it. It was on. I was in a kind of a podcast. I started out with podcasts, so I didn't see any visuals. And one of the like brain breaker things, just for fun, that I noticed back then was I heard everybody's voice a lot, right? And then you see what they look like, and you're like, whoa, what the? That's that guy. I don't know why. I pictured when I just heard Matt Dillon's voice, I pictured him like Dr. Drew. I don't know why. He just kind of has that, like, you know, like a strong jaw, glasses, but kind of looks like a Ken doll, right? None of that. That's not what he looked like at all. That was just, it's crazy. And yeah, there was a lot of people that did not look anything like I pictured. It was weird. Anyway.
The universe isn't infinite because it all had to start at a single point in history. Because from what we know and observe from the universe, that's the most logical conclusion we can come to. So if the universe and everything in it seems to have needed a...
Okay, so it had to have... Okay, but again, we're talking about like a local universe. And again, I think it's an outdated model. So the idea here, though, is not to decide that you know stuff. Like, we should just keep on asking questions. And instead of making up a magic to be responsible for whatever we figure out is kind of useless. It just makes the whole God thing useless, right? Because they're just gonna keep moving it back the more that we discover like other stuff that caused stuff, and then they're gonna go, oh well, the God caused that stuff, and then we're like, oh no, it's this other stuff over here that caused that stuff, that caused that stuff, that caused that stuff. Like, well, okay, well then take the God will go back a beat there and be the thing that started before that, and then it's an eternal going back thing, you know. It's
cause or reason to exist, then God or some higher power seems to be the only explanation that makes sense. And I know some people will say, you Christians look at the unknown and turn off your minds and credit the unknown to God.
Boom. That's 100%. That is literally what you're doing currently. You're just saying it's the best explanation, even though it explains nothing. Because now we have the mystery of the God to like discuss. Like, it's just all you did was just add a bigger question mark to the thing. Like, it doesn't actually answer anything. I don't know why they do it. Like, it's an answer everything, answer nothing, answer.
At least scientists are out there observing and trying to figure everything out. You know, back when I was in college, I sat in one of my friend's classes, and JP Moreland was the professor, and he taught his class something interesting. And he stated that the origin of the universe is outside the realm of science. And the reason why is because science is based on the scientific method, or in other words, it relies solely on us making observations of the world around us.
Or in Matt Dillahunty's case, voices can be deceiving. You know, he's got that really deep, just very masculine voice. I mean, he is very masculine. I'm not saying that, but it's just, you know, he had, anyway, it was just a whole, it really messed with me for a minute there. I was just like, I can't watch this show. My version that I came up with in my head is what's going to have to stay. No, I'm going to just listen from here on out because this is just too much.
So due to the fact that time, space, and matter all began at a single point in time, a point in time that no one can go back and observe.
You know the weird thing though? Tracy Harris looked exactly. It looked exactly. It's like I pictured her without even having to, and then I saw her. It's like, yep, I know. I didn't even hear what, like I saw a picture and I was like, I bet you that's the lady from AXP. That's awesome. And I was right. I was like, man, that's who I was picturing. I got that one right. I got it. It's crazy how that works.
Science then cannot answer the question of how the universe began. So Morelands, the professor, then asserted that the question of how the universe began should actually be answered in the realm of philosophy, not science. And I thought that was interesting. For me personally, if someone were to tell me, you're just turning
I
off.
wonder why. Yeah, because philosophy is where you just ask questions. That's it. You know, there is no answering stuff. There's just adding questions to the questions that you're questioning about. You know, that's all. That's what philosophy really seems to do. Just compounds questions, really.
Off your mind and crediting the unknown to God. I'd respond, I'm not turning off my mind. I just think that a higher power that is greater than time, space, and matter can only be responsible for creating the universe that we observe today.
Yeah, and you don't have any evidence for any of that. You're just assuming every bit of that. Something outside. Did he say outside of time, space? Hold on. Hold on. Michael said Seth Andrews' voice is very calming. It is very calming. It's almost a problem when I'm trying to listen to his books. I always end up waking up like 2 hours, like, oh man, well, I don't know. I can't remember where I fell asleep at. Okay, just go back to try to remember where I was at when I fell asleep. This is impossible. And Seth Andrews is another one that did pretty much look like I imagined. I was like, yep, he's basically the Ken doll thing, right? It's a slightly different looking Ken doll. Dr. Drew Ken doll. You know, it's right in there. I don't know why that face comes to me every time.
Mind? I just think that a higher power that is greater than time, space, and matter can only be responsible for creating the universe that we observe today. Do you have a better explanation?
Oh, he said that's greater than time, space, and matter. Okay, that's what he said. Okay. Well, that's better than outside, because then you've just defined your God out of existence because it doesn't take up any space and it doesn't exist for any amount of time. But okay, again, you need to demonstrate that there is something higher than time, space, and matter.
Explanation on why everything exists today? Because if you do, then I'd love to listen and I'm willing to learn. So if you're watching this and you're
Why do I doubt that?
someone who does not believe in God, I challenge
That's me. I don't
you and ask, how
Okay.
do you think we all came to exist? Because I think there needs to be some explanation on
there was this thing called a quantum scalar field, right? And it got halfway in between a true and false vacuum state. And when you get halfway between a true and false vacuum state within a quantum scalar field, it just expands all this energy, right? All this energy goes up, right? And it's super hot. Like it's hot. Energy is just way heated up because of the way that it all works. It expands, right? And then it cools, right? When it cools, it starts forming matter. But this was, after I think a few 100,000 years, maybe million, I don't know. So a lot of years later, matter starts to form. Then out of the matter, gravity, okay? And then out of the gravity, you start getting these things just sort of whipping around each other, and it's, and then planets form and all this stuff. I don't really know much about it. That one explanation is probably the most detailed explanation I could probably give for as far as I understand how it all worked. But yeah, I'm not. Space stuff is confusing. I don't know. It just feels so abstract that it's so unlike anything that we deal with on a day-to-day basis that I'm just like, what the fuck? I don't understand how any of this stuff could work at all.
why we all exist. And I think that God creating everything seems the most likely and logical. And if you're a Christian and you're wondering how to use this argument in a conversation, you can simply ask people, where do you think we all came from? And how do you think the universe began? Because it did not just pop into existence, something or someone needed to have caused it. And if they argue and say, well, how do we know that? Things can just pop into existence, and that might be the case for the universe. To that, I'd probably...
So, what's up, dude? Chris, how you doing? It said open-mindedness and skepticism have their place in the world. It's just, I think it's far more dangerous to be too open-minded than to be too skeptical. And you keep spelling skeptical like you're from a different continent or something. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, I think I agree with that for the most part. Like, it's weird when we talk about open-mindedness, because what I mean by open-mindedness, you know, other people will say I'm narrow-minded, right? And they say you're a narrow-minded skeptic. And I'm like, no, you're a narrow-minded, like, believer. You believe your thing and you're being narrow about it, right? And you're telling me that I'm narrow, but anyway. So as far as I can tell, being open to other ideas is a good thing, but they need to have evidence, and that's it. That's, you know, so you need, like you said, there's got to be a balance there. You need to, like, be open-minded to stuff, sure, but like it needs to have evidence to back it up. You don't just, somebody says, hey man, we're all in a simulation, bro, and you go, oh really? Well, we must, you know, that's got to be true. Instead of just being like, hold on, how do we know? Why do you think that? And they go, well, because if you zoom in really close, it's pixels down there, just like the simulation. And then I'm always like, what's the simulation simulating? And if reality is a simulation, there has to be a distinction between simulation and reality. If reality is a simulation, then the concept of simulations doesn't really exist, because it needs to be in the context of something. Anyway, never mind. It's a whole thing, though, that just really drives me nuts about that whole thing. But the point is, evidence. Evidence is good. You know, evaluate that stuff. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Probably say that we don't observe things popping in and out of existence freely in our day-to-day lives.
And our day-to-day lives is the answer to, because I don't know, but isn't it in the quantum physics or whatever, stuff like pops in and out of existence or whatever, seemingly uncaused? I don't know. Or like causes come later at times, where it's like really weird. I'm not really sure how it works. Again, not a quantum physicist. The only thing I know about quantum stuff is literally what I explained about the scalar field, and that's as much as I understand about that stuff. So yeah, not the best person to come to about that stuff, but I feel like there's other people that are better at that. But if you want to be better at sex stuff, right, you can go to adamandeve.com. Go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout. That's Brently at checkout to get 50% off almost any one item, 6 free movies, 3 free gifts, and free shipping on the whole order. Go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word Brentley. That's Brently, and you know, get your exclusive offer. Adamandeve.com is America's #1 marital aids store. I don't know, online store, marital aids online store, sexual wellness. Let's go with sexual wellness. I don't like calling it marital aids. It feels weird saying it that way. Like, you don't have to be married anyway. But yeah, if you go to adamandeve.com, enter that code word, and you get stuff, right? You get a bunch of stuff off, right? And they just are really great. The packaging is discreet. It doesn't say that it's coming from a marital aid store or a sexual wellness store, right? Either one. It doesn't say that on the box. That would be weird. I don't think any boxes do that ever anymore. Is that a thing that happens at all? Are there any box? Anyway, but yeah, so go to adamandeve.com, do that stuff. They got great products. They got everything you could possibly think of, from lube all the way up to BDSM type stuff, right? For restraints. The kennel, you do got to get on your own. That's a pet store. Hit up a pet store, okay? You know, Spencer's might have the handcuffs and stuff too, although I think that they do at adamandeve.com have handcuffs, which is very important. I know that that's like the main question on your mind right now. It's like, what do they have for handcuffs? And I think they do. So that's go to adamandeve.com, enter code word Brentley at checkout, and get your butt some stuff. Okay. Is that clean? Try to keep it clean these days, y'all. All right. You gotta become a member if you want the dirty shows. Okay. The fully uncensored, unfiltered, you know, and probably and better equipment that's working better those days. You know, you don't have to worry about it lagging out halfway through. Go to but if you want to become a patron, patreon.com/punkapostate. I've got a huge backlog of, like, I say backlog, but it's just like I just got a huge catalog of like my old stuff up there from a political podcast that I did with my my old lady to just other projects I've worked on throughout forever, right? Tons of stuff up there. So if you want to support the show and get access to a huge catalog, go to that. But if you want like new and upcoming stuff, hit that join button, right? And we do every week, we do a uncensored, unfiltered, members only live stream that's crazy. It gets really wild. So you definitely want to be a part of that. And if you want to email me if I get anything wrong, I also like hearing deconstruction, deconversion stories. So if you want to do that, just email me at punkapostate@gmail.com. Join our Discord, right? We got a Discord, and I take suggestions down there, you know, and I love taking suggestions. So if there's anything you want me to react to or talk about or anything like that, pop it in the suggestions. It's Fundie Tube suggestions in the Discord. It's a lot of fun. Also, I got all my socials below. And I do frequent that stuff. So, you know, you can hang out on the social medias, right? And I'll put all the links below. So, or all the links are below. I already did it. I'm getting on top of this stuff. All right. Yeah. But thank you all so much for hanging out. Seriously, this is a lot of fun. But the main thing is to stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time. I think butts.